Yeah, rivals, it's a dangerous guy because it's a boxing. One punch, go home. This is dangerous, man. I know. But.
So therefore, the only way, if anyone is to beat him, is by knockout. And this isn't Floyd Mayweather boxing at 147 pounds and probably being in the ring at 155, maybe something like that. This is Oleksandr Usyk.
Number 2 in these defenses.
Yeah.
Fury perceived number 1. AJ at the time 1. Dubois number 2. He's taken like, all right, who's the next in line? Right, I'm fighting him.
Yeah.
That's the way he's doing it.
During a live interview, Oleksandr Usyk took a playful jab at Floyd Mayweather. He said he's always faced the best fighters and still come out on top. Then, with a grin, he claimed that even now his legs are better than Floyd's. But this wasn't just a joke. It was Usyk reminding everyone that his elite conditioning and resume are no joke. He's fought through fire to get to the top.
Terry, don't be afraid.
Well, good evening. Hope you're enjoying our Monday night football coverage. Oleksandr Usyk, not a bad striker in his time. Thierry and Jamie are in studio. If you were fighting Thierry Henry, how would you get inside of his head?
Yeah, Terry is great player, but hey, Terry, my legs be better with you. Terry, don't be afraid. My legs better.
What'd you make of that?
Sometimes you have to stay in your lane, and I will stay in my lane.
Now entering the final chapter of his career, Usyk has just 2 fights left before retirement, and that stirred up huge anticipation in the boxing world. Fans, analysts, and fighters are all glued to his next move. With such an iconic run behind him, his next opponent, whoever it is, will instantly become part of history. Everyone's waiting to see how a legend signs off.
From Usyk that he's got 2 more fights in the bag at this point, that you reckon, yeah?
I interviewed him before. I sat down with him and had a chat with him before the Dubois fight. And yeah, he was just like, I've got 2 fights left. So.
He's never fought in the Ukraine. He's never fought in his home country, or defended his title, I should say. So that's got to be on his wish list.
I would imagine so, but with what's going on in this country, it's just a disgrace. It's still going on. That's not going to happen anytime soon.
Anytime soon, no. But hopefully we'll get some peace there, and then maybe you will get...
I'd love to, yeah. I'd love to see peace in this country and for him and his family. And that would be an amazing event.
With plenty of names circling Usyk's final fights, the WBO has officially stepped in. They've ordered him to defend his undisputed heavyweight crown against interim champ Joseph Parker. Both camps now have 30 days to strike a deal, or it heads to a purse bid. Parker's back-to-back wins over Wilder and Bacole have earned him serious credibility, with even legends like Lennox Lewis backing the fight. Promoter Frank Warren believes this is the perfect send-off challenge for Usyk.
My gut feeling is that Joseph Parker fights for the WBO belt, but he doesn't fight Oleksandr Usyk. He fights the next man up. I haven't got the list in front of me, so I don't know the rankings. So I guess if you're Joseph Parker, the question is, I mean, what is it you want? Ultimately, if you want a world title shot and you think you've been blackballed from getting a world title shot or pushed to the back, then, well, here it is. Here's your world title shot. You're going to fight for a world title, right? But if you're Joseph Parker, and I spoke to Andy Lee, it isn't just a case of fighting for a world title. You want to fight the number 1 for the world title, and that guy is Oleksandr Usyk. I would have given Joseph Parker the mic. And I would like Joseph Parker, because there's a mean side to Joseph Parker. I think everyone sees the friendly side. I've seen the mean side. And I wanted Joseph Parker to say, I want my shot. You've been ducking me. All these things might not be true, but do it. Sell it. The crowd would have gone a bit wild, right? Because I think a lot of the crowd want Joseph Parker to get his shot. But that's not what happened.
Rising star Jai Opatea has openly praised Usyk and expressed his dream of facing him. He doesn't just see Usyk as a champion, he sees him as a symbol of greatness. A fight between them would be more than just another bout. It would be a rare moment where a rising talent gets to test himself against a living legend.
I know a goal of yours is to go to heavyweight. You're giving me a little smirk. Like, is that like a dream scenario for you to fight one of those 2 guys?
I would love to fight Usyk, you know, respectfully. You know, I've always been so close to him. You know what I mean? Like I was, but I was 16 years old. I qualified for the Olympics. I competed at 17, little kid, and he won that Olympic Games. Like I've always been there. You know what I mean? I've always just been. It wasn't my time yet, you know, but I feel like my time's coming.
Usyk's legacy is built on something few dare to do, taking on the toughest in the heavyweight division after dominating at cruiserweight. While others played it safe, Usyk jumped up and took on the most dangerous names he could find. Experts have called that move historic. His back-to-back wins over Tyson Fury, once thought untouchable, proved Usyk belongs in the upper ranks of all-time greats.
Is by knockout. And this isn't Floyd Mayweather boxing at 147 pounds and probably being in the ring at 155, maybe something like that. This is Oleksandr Usyk, who is fighting big men, sometimes giving up 40-pound weight advantages. And unfortunately, that does mean that if Oleksandr Usyk goes on for 4, 5, 6 more fights, of course, he is going to be defeated, in my opinion. But I would love that to not be the case. I would love it to not be the case. What I would love to be the case right now, as a boxing fan, is Oleksandr Usyk to walk off into the sunset. I think he's proven everything that he could possibly prove. And there's been debates, and especially I remember after the first few Joshua fights, there were debates over sort of Oleksandr Usyk's status compared to Evander Holyfield.
But it's not just that Usyk wins, it's how he wins. He doesn't avoid tough fights, he welcomes them. Each opponent brought serious risk, and each venue brought pressure. But Usyk stayed calm, smart, and sharp. His movement, tactics, and IQ helped him beat giants. He's earned his place not just as a champion, but as a symbol of what greatness really looks like in boxing.
It's over sort of Oleksandr Usyk's status compared to Evander Holyfield. Listen, that argument, a lot of people wanted to rubbish that at first. That argument is a real argument that can be made now, because when you look at what Oleksandr Usyk's done, remember Evander Holyfield was in a cruiserweight division that I'm not going to say was in its infancy, but it wasn't, it wasn't the cruiserweight division that Oleksandr Usyk was in. The cruiserweight division that Oleksandr Usyk was in, I believe, was a more stacked, more competitive cruiserweight division. And the way Usyk left that division, he left it by cleaning it out. The World Boxing Super Series tournament was something that actually got the best fighting the best and got the best names coming into it and entering, and we weren't really seeing that at the time.
Floyd Mayweather has long ruled as the pound-for-pound king. Known for his unmatched defense, perfect record, and success across multiple weight classes, his place in history is secured. But today, Usyk is earning comparisons few thought possible. With undisputed titles in different divisions and wins over elite heavyweights, Usyk is now seen as the modern pound-for-pound force. If the two ever met, even just for an exhibition, it would be more than a fantasy fight, it'd be a battle of legacies.
I think Floyd is one of the worst fighters ever. That's my hot take on Floyd. Now let me stop trolling. Now that I got y'all baited in. I think we always say like, oh, how great Floyd is. Well, when you really sit there and think about it, Floyd was really special. Like, when we talk about generational, it's going to be a very, very, very long time till we see Floyd. Like, Pernell was great. He was a great defensive wizard. Pernell trapped himself a lot. He was able to find himself out of his own traps. Pernell would give up outside lead foot position to a lot of big punchers, and he was still able to be elusive and get away. That's impressive. Floyd would sit on the ropes against guys like Canelo, Pacquiao, De La Hoya, Cotto, and either evade every shot or get away. Generation, like, Floyd is crazy. He's not my favorite fighter. He's far from my favorite, but I think he's the best pound-for-pound fighter of all time. I don't think there's much debate for it. Did Floyd fight everybody he was supposed to? No, we got to be honest. He just didn't. Most people don't. Did Floyd fight everybody at their best? No, that's impossible. Was Floyd the most slippery, defensively sound, technical boxers of all time? Hell yeah. Like I said, I'm not the hugest Floyd fan, but I just sit here watch him dominate my boy Canelo. You guys know Canelo, he's one of my favorite, but God, Floyd, different type of boxer, We hated him when he was here. I kind of miss Floyd now.
Floyd built his name on timing and control. Usyk thrives on movement, pressure, and brain power. His rise wasn't about style points, it was about surviving wars. While Mayweather showed off perfection, Usyk proved that smart aggression wins big. His dismantling of Daniel Dubois showed just that. Despite Dubois' strength, Usyk used footwork and timing to take him apart. It was brains over brawn, and it only added to his growing legacy.
Up in different directions. Even I wasn't sure because although I believe Usyk is the fighter of the generation in this weight class, he's at an age where, you know, overnight you sort of show up and you don't have it anymore. You know, Ali randomly lost to Leon Spinks around this age and whatnot. You know, so you know you could get where all of a sudden, you know, it's not there on the night. So. And you know, you had
heavyweights takes 1 second. One split second, you're off.
Yeah, exactly. And you also had a very motivated Dubois to add to that second, you know, who's a very powerful puncher and has sort of this bully mentality when he gets you in an uncomfortable position. But, you know, Usyk, you know, flawless performance technically, you know, stepping out to that weak side consistently, mixing up the jabs, making things uncomfortable for Dubois rhythm-wise.
He seemed more aggressive, right? Normally, I think with some of the bigger guys, he slides to the weak side, slides to the weak side. This was different.
I think with Dubois, the psychology is kind of out of the bag in that you got to kind of bully the bully, you know, and Dubois came out trying to bully him a little bit, so he started touching him and hitting him, and he started taking it to him because you start backing him up, you start putting him in a situation where he starts to doubt himself, and Dubois doesn't really come back from that very often. As a matter of fact,
he doesn't bend, he breaks.
In the fight, I thought he's a little bit awkward, Dubois. I don't know, but
he's one of those awkward strong guys.
Yeah,
he's just like super strong, awkward as hell.
He goes down and he takes the full count, and then he just gets up at 10 and walks across the ring right in front of Usyk, who's celebrating middle of the ring, like with his hands up in the air. Just casually walks right by Usyk's celebration as if he didn't just get counted out to 10.
Foreman Ali. Remember, he walks right to his corner.
Yeah, but I was like, dude, you could have got up. You waited to 10, and then
he was a beaten man.
You waited to 10, and then not only you get up, you don't even have the presence of mind to realize, like, I'm walking right into the picture where he's celebrating.
But Paulie, he was a beaten man before the first knockdown. You saw his spirit leave his body, not as if he's dying. I mean, his fighting spirit just completely leave his body. And we've seen that before. It happened the last time, and a lot of people were asking me during fight week. They're like, "Hey, man, Dubois looks really good. What do you think?" I'm like, "It doesn't matter."
One name stirring up excitement behind the scenes is Turki Usyk. Known for making mega fights happen, he's the guy people believe could make even wild matchups like Mayweather versus Usyk come to life. It might seem unlikely, but with his influence and reach, nothing's completely off the table.
Turki Usyk might be the only billionaire I truly like. Don't get me wrong, if you're a billionaire, you're probably hiding some pretty shady stuff, not gonna lie. But this dude is a G. If you know, you know. This guy is a huge combat sports fan. Mostly boxing. This guy does everything he can to try and create the best boxing events in the world. Dude uses his money for the power of good by creating the most testosterone, aura-filled boxing matches imaginable. And after, it seems like forever, months, maybe even years of him trying to get Canelo Alvarez to fight Terrence Crawford, he finally penciled it in. He got it done a couple months ago. Here's why I'm making this video. Turki Usyk, I fucking love this guy. If either one of these two guys win by knockout, he's going to give out a huge bonus to him. It's important to note that this isn't going to be like a $50,000 bonus that they have in the UFC. We're talking Saudi oil money. Expect millions and millions of dollars. This is a quote by him. "We will not have Tom and Jerry fights anymore. We will have in this fight and in our next fights a bonus for a KO." Thank God. The biggest reason why I'm more of an MMA fan, and even a bare knuckle fan, than boxing is because I'm tired of the dancing. 12 rounds of just dancing. It literally puts you to sleep. And the last boxing event I paid for, I don't even remember the dude's freaking name. It was the last guy I think Canelo Alvarez fought. I don't even care to know his name. All the dude did was dance around for 12 rounds just to lose. He didn't do anything. It was one of the worst fights ever. Everybody thought they got scammed because they had to pay money for that. Even Turki Usyk was pissed. You could see it because he's done with this crap. He's done. He's finally putting an end to this. He's going to be giving out probably $1 million bonuses for every time somebody gets knocked out. Thank God. All right, now I'm actually excited for this fight.
One thing fans admire most about Usyk is his humility. Despite all his titles and fame, he stays grounded. That stands in stark contrast to Floyd's flashier style. Many see Usyk's calm attitude as a true reflection of respect for the sport, his opponents, and the fans. Derek Chisora even compared him to Muhammad Ali, not just for skill, but for how effortlessly he moves and controls the ring in a division known for brute strength.
Everybody gets it wrong. You don't box this guy. It's like, I cannot explain it to you in a way you understand. We can't box him.
He's just too good.
He's just unbelievable great. Yeah, forget good, he's amazing. Yeah, he's great, he's amazing. He's like the white Muhammad Ali. He might not talk like Muhammad Ali, but he is the Muhammad Ali of the last generation. You understand? We have to give him the credit where it's due. Yeah. He is that guy.
From the very start, Usyk chose the hardest path. He didn't go for easy wins. He took on champions in their own countries, in unfamiliar arenas, and still came out on top. He didn't chase comfort, he chased greatness. That attitude separates him from the pack.
Has dropped Daniel Dubois!
I'm sorry. I can't help it, man. I fucking love this. Honestly, I fucking love this game.
What a performance! Is he gonna quit? He's missed it! It's over! It's over! The greatest of all time!
Fuck me. I'm sorry for going on like a lunatic, right? But it was unbelievable. And it's funny how this fight all came about, right? The controversy in the last fight, which for me was never controversial. It was a low blow, simple as that. And I don't think we've ever seen Oleksandr Usyk ever look for an easy way to win. In fact, I think of all the fighters on planet Earth, he is the one who takes the hardest road to win. There's no tune-up fights for Oleksandr Usyk. It's the biggest fight in a heavier weight than he should even be fighting at. And he makes life harder for himself, not easier. And I think he has proven his character time and time again. But yet he was accused of not being, a real Christian because he was a cheat. He was accused of deserving an Oscar because he was a play actor and robbing Daniel Dubois of what should have rightfully been his, which was a world title. And after the Tyson Fury fight, Daniel Dubois stepped in the ring and called him out. And Oleksandr Usyk immediately turns to Turki Al-Sheikh and says, Mr. Excellency, make the fight. He had no problem in setting this up. And immediately you kind of think he was in the middle of talking about his father, I think at the time. It was an emotional moment. That's a time where when you've accomplished what he's done, you deserve respect. And I think he was disrespected there. And I think he took that personally, in the words of Michael Jordan. Now, in the first round, Oleksandr Usyk did exactly what he needed to do to Daniel Dubois. Daniel Dubois coming in with a load of confidence, wanting to be the aggressor, wanting to be the dominant bull that he was against Anthony Joshua.
Trainer Russ Anberg gave a powerful insight into Usyk's mindset during one of his latest fights. He said Usyk carried a kind of quiet fury, still feeling overlooked by parts of the boxing world, especially in British media. But instead of talking about it, Usyk let his actions speak. His laser focus and surgical aggression weren't just about winning, they were about proving, without a doubt, that he belongs among the greatest fighters of this era.
I mean, I think he went out there with bad intentions, didn't he? I think he was on a mission to prove that, 38 isn't old yet. And I was talking to some other guys, including Richie Woodall, and saying that, he's gotten better. If you look at his last 3 fights, the first Fury fight, second Fury fight, and this one, each one has gotten better, more dominating each time. So, age is a number, I guess. When you're in the gym all the time, it takes a long time to age.
When we spoke on Thursday, I could tell you were genuinely confident, but did you believe it could be so early and so conclusive?
No, I'd be lying to you if I said that. No. I thought it could be dominating. I thought he was doing the things that I think Dubois did, what I expected him to do, and Usyk did what I expected him to do.